Good evening and welcome to this week's episode of the How To series. My name is Michael once again, and in this week's episode I'll be telling you about how to save defensively, how to save that money you've earned, your hard-earned money, how to save it so that it doesn't get eroded away or missing. Yeah, something like that. Alright, so as you join this week's episode, I believe you're going to learn something new that you would use going forward. Stay tuned, stay fixed, and you'll get so much. All right, welcome back. So last week I talked about how to attract favor and promotion in the workplace. I shared some strategies, just straight up strategies. Of course, it's not exhaustive. None of these videos are exhaustive in themselves, but they're just supposed to give you some clues, some 1 or 2 steps you can take to improve your odds generally. So even this week's episode is something of that nature, but this week we'll be talking about how to save defensively. Okay, so number one thing we should really clear out is, why do we want to save defensively? See, just keeping currency, let me just put it this way, currency, money is not meant to it's designed to store value temporarily. Most of the time, most of the money we have keeps losing value and depreciating. And of course, if you live in a place like Nigeria, you will understand what I'm saying very clearly. The price of things keep going up, meaning if you keep a particular amount of money, over time it will lose its ability to buy stuff of value, right? And these are due to things like inflation, devaluation of the currency, and many other things like that. So that's just one reason why you need to save defensively. Other reasons could be your own habits. Your poor habits could make you blow your money too fast and you just don't know how to get around it. And the other reason why you could want to save defensively could be black tax. There's something known as black tax, which is like the propensity for you to have to spend on other people compulsorily because they feel like they own that part of your money. Money you worked hard for, but they feel like that urgent 2K syndrome. It's kind of connected with the black race. It's something that is popular with the black people, Nigerians. So black tax is that tendency that you have to spend on someone else's for someone else's sake, even when it's not on your plan. You get, just because there's load and pressure on you, family, grandmother, mother, father, different kind of people, siblings. Now, of course, it looks normal, but sometimes it goes overboard, meaning that if it's overboard, there's a chance that you won't even be able to save anything for yourself. All right, so I'll just be sharing with you this week a few ways you can save defensively to combat most of this, to mitigate most of this, right, for yourself. All right, so I've mentioned the 4 main things I'll be talking about, 4 main enemies we'll be trying to save from. Maybe in 1960 we'll be talking about how to save from armed robbers and all of that, but it's getting much more easier to do that. But today there are 4 things we're going to be talking about. Number 1 is inflation, number 2 is devaluation, number 3 is black tax, and number 4 is poor habits. I'll just do justice to that within the next 3 to 5 minutes. I want my how to series to be very short so that you can just pick it up, take action, and improve your life. All right, so number 1 is inflation. How do you save defensively against inflation? Inflation rate in Nigeria today is about 18%, about 18.62% from the last record released by the I've forgotten. I think it's MBS. Oh, National Statistics Bureau of Statistics. Yeah, right. So they released that number, and that tells us that the price of things between now and next year by this same time, you get, has the possibility. Actually, it's between last year and this year, you get, it has increased by 18% gap between last year and this year. That's what the inflation rate checks, the price of a part of things generally. Sometimes there's food and there's inflation index for food, inflation index for different kind of commodities sometimes. So, but the general is just for everything combined. Some might have gone up 50%, some would have just moved 2%. On the average, everything has increased by 18% between last year and this year. 18%, meaning if you kept 100k in your account, by now it can only buy things worth 88k if you are buying things across everything that we can buy in Nigeria. You get the point. That means your money is losing power. It's still written 100,000, but what it can buy keeps going on. So how do you fight this? You have to put your money in an account that generates interest for you. Interest, continuous interest. If you're saving and you really don't want to use it for a long while, let's say a year, 6 months, don't just keep it in your savings account. Even if it's 3 months, don't keep it in your savings account. There are new platforms almost everywhere that gives you some form of return on investment or interest on your savings over time. Interest on your savings over time. That will help you mitigate the losses that comes with inflation. So for instance, if you go and get let's say PiggyVest, they're quite stable. PiggyVest, Cowrywise, they give you up to 7.5%, 10% or less, 5% per annum. So if you're dropping 100,000 with them, by the end of the year you have 105,000, 107,500 and so on. You get, so that means your money appreciated over time. If inflation is 18% and you've pursued it and now you have 107,000 after 1 year, you've been able to close the gap between the loss in value or buying power. All right, so that's one way. Save your money in a high interest savings account or find low risk investments to put your money into. Buy certain things that you know that over a short period won't collapse, but they might not appreciate 1,000,000%, but 15%, 20% per annum, 10%, 15%, you're doing well. It's just savings. You're not trying to make money. You're just trying to keep your money intact. You get, so 18%, that's like the benchmark for any safe investment or anything that is just savings. 18% per annum. All right, so that's how you do it. I've already told you the apps you can go and try. Cowrywise, PiggyVest. There are others like that, but be careful. Don't go to totally unfamiliar places. No, I think FarmCrowdy released CrowdyVest. They have some offers there. So also you can consider investing in low risk or low return kind of agri investments, because generally they are much more stable. They don't promise you high 50% in 6 months or 40% in 1 year. They'll just give you maybe 15% in 6 months or 12%, 30% per year. The lower the return, most likely the lower the risk, especially if you know who is running it. So that's just one way. My time is almost up. All right, second one, devaluation. Devaluation means Naira is 380 to $1, and in 5 months or 1 year or in next year, we'll just hear it's now 400 or 480. I mean official rates now 396, and then if it drops to 500, boom, if you want to buy a laptop that is $1,000, you'd have paid 380,000 Naira. Now you have to pay 500,000 Naira. You've lost money. You've lost money to devaluation. So how do you mitigate that? Save your money in that currency that is stronger than the Naira. USD, Euro, Pounds, any of these currencies. You can just open a savings account that is in that currency and send your money there. Over time, you are protected. You can play a double play. Invest in dollar assets like dollar bonds that will grow at 6% per year per annum. So you know now you're protected by the dollar first, and then you're also protected by it still growing at a dollar rate. And dollar inflation, I mean US inflation, not dollar inflation. US inflation is around 3%, 4% right now. So if you're still earning 6%, you're still better than the economy generally, even in the US. All right. Next is black tax. Black tax. Urgent 2Ks. Grandma is about to lose her eye, so we have to collect 200,000 from you. Now, don't get me wrong, you have to help your family. But if you are the only person always helping everybody, you would not be able to increase your income. And then if you're not able to increase your income or grow your assets, your ability to help will be pegged at a level. Because I mean, if you can grow yourself to become a multi-millionaire or very stable person or much more comfortable saving and investing in yourself and other kind of investments, you now have more loose money, more urgent 2Ks to give. But if you always spend everything that comes to you as urgent 2K, you are stuck. You will not have more to give. I don't know if you get the math. So you want to be able to manage this. How do you manage black tax? Number one is budgeting, having a spending plan. Save, invest, and do everything you want to do before you spend. Take a portion out and know this portion is for me and whatever spending, so that when you've spent that money, you know that that one you've taken out is out already. If anybody asks you whether you have money, you don't have money. One smart way to do it, have multiple accounts. That even helps in the next point, which is about poor habits, because they're kind of closely tied. When it comes to poor habits, Poor habits meaning you just check your account. So long as there's money there, you're doing good, you're doing well. You can spend, you can spend, you can spend, you can keep buying things. Now, if you have a spending account, an account that you keep your money, you spend, have other accounts. I actually recommend 4 savings accounts. If you join the Amber Investment Club, I'll share more information. Or even if you buy just my investment class, you can ask me after this or in the comment section. My investment class, I'll share with you. This is a very simple strategy, but there's no point giving out for free, right? I recommend multiple savings accounts, multiple accounts, generally, not necessarily, multiple accounts to manage these things. So your poor habits mostly stem from the fact that you have the money in your face. If the money has gone and it's not in your face, odds are you won't have that feeling to spend it. Not for everybody. Another way is accountability, having a community, having other people you know who are saving and investing, and then it feels like, dude, you are the only person in the world who is not saving and investing. So you can join the Amber Investment Club to have that feel always, because you always have opportunity to invest money and get some more returns back. Okay, this said, these are the 4 areas, the 4 enemies you're trying to run from: high interest, inflation, devaluation, black tax, poor habits. There might be other things you might be saving from, other things you might be trying to protect yourself from, but these are the core ways to save defensively from the very popular enemies of saving, generally speaking. So how do you address them? For inflation, you go for what? High interest savings accounts and using those platforms I mentioned earlier. Devaluation, you saving and invest in other currencies alongside your never investment because of your day-to-day life. Third one, black tax, you budget and you have a spending plan. And then finally, for poor habits, you have multiple accounts, discrete accounts that are separated, some of them not accessible by you, just going off from you, and then have an accountability system. So thank you for being a part of this week's episode. As always, I'll talk about the Amber Investment Club. It's an investment club I set up under OBC, the parent organization. Why did I skip? There was no point. All right, so you can join the Amber Investment Club. Just visit www.amberinvestmentclub.com. It's not yet open fully. It's only for those who got mails from me, who have bought my finance training, because I really want the process to be all set before I bring a lot of people in. But then you can join the waiting list, and then also you can reach out to me if you want to buy the finance class, which is one thing you can do while you wait for the Amber Investment Club to fully launch. All right, now thank you so much. I hope you've gotten value from this. Please leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know if you learned something special. Please drop a comment now, please. And then subscribe, like the videos, subscribe, share this video with others so that they can learn these few things that I've shared. Thank you and God bless. Bye bye. See you next week. I'm going to be talking about something very, very productive next week, so make sure to join. Bye bye.